Arsenal's Leah Williamson talked about the influence of Olympic gold medalist Hege Riise is going to have on this squad, and also reflected on the absence of Arsenal teammate Jordan Nobbs.
Yeah, I think it's one of those also unique experiences where, because none of us really thought we were going to could bank on being in the squad, which is obviously what makes it so different to a normal selection process. I think the biggest thing is that everybody, genuinely feels for the girls that aren't in, and both ways. They want to be happy for us because we've all been trying to get to the same goal. But I just think there's a real understanding of it's just gutting for those players. And I'll be honest, it took the sting out of it for me a little bit. The spark of finding out at the start is one heart, couldn't be happier, and the other's, literally broken in half. So I think it's been really difficult, and it'll be really difficult for those girls, I have no doubt. But I just think it's almost funny, in terms of the quality of the squad, how hard it was to get into the squad, because I'm pretty sure the girls that have been left out, especially Jordan, would literally be starting in most people's teams, and now isn't even in the squad. And I just think that's, what you have to focus on. We obviously have a job to do, and I think that just shows the quality that we have, really, and how, it's football. This is what happens, and it's so cruel. Yeah, in the welcome meeting, told a lovely story. It's lovely. It's a fairy tale story, but it's actually what happened. And Hege's very well, from the little knowledge I do have of her and her personality. She's a very quiet person, very modest, very humble. Certainly doesn't. Yeah, you would never think that she'd achieved as much as she had, because she keeps it all close to her chest. And then to tell me she was standing on the halfway line. Standing on the halfway line in an Olympic final, jeering up the fans, was comical almost. But yeah, to hear what she's been through, to know how well supported we are, it's just everything seems to be falling into place. That's how I always dreamed it would be. So yeah, hopefully that's an indication of what's to come. I just, when you're younger, this seems so unobtainable, and I think that's why I've always wanted it. We always have a joke, what would you rather, win a World Cup or, go to an Olympics? And I'm like, an Olympics is just the biggest stage ever. And to be there then, like I say, when I was younger, I didn't really think of women's football as being an option, being a route into the Olympics. I genuinely used to think, what event, triple jump, javelin, what am I going to be good enough to go to an Olympics in? So then to be there, to witness it firsthand, it's another one of those times when I really do appreciate what my parents have done for me and how supportive they've been for me, and not just talking about driving me places or being there, but just the encouragement that was so subtle. I've never done anything that I haven't chosen to do myself, but the influence that they've had on those decisions so subtly over the years, that's another one of those moments. I've got tickets for my dad applying for those tickets, and I don't know, I appreciate those things because it's set me up well, I suppose.
What would you have picked if women's football was not an option? What would you have picked instead?
I was good at my 100-1500 metre running, but it just looks like torture, and waiting for a gun on the start line. I'd have probably had to go for a triathlon or something, I think, in the end.
Amazing to hear from Leah.